Family and friends spent Father's Day remembering a Madison firefighter. We'll tell you how members of his brotherhood stepped in to fill the gaps.
And an officer-involved shooting in Racine leaves one teenager dead over the weekend. We have the latest details.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, folks, and thanks for waking up with us on your Monday, June 17th. It is the last week of spring, but we've decided to rename it here on the morning show as Sprinter.
It kind of felt like it yesterday.
I feel like we went from sprinter to sprawl.
Summer, fall. Yeah. Mother Nature is a little confused, but you're right. Summer does officially start on Friday. Things are going to warm up a little bit more today. Yesterday's high was very cold for this time of the year, only 61 here in Madison, one of the coldest Father's Day ever here in Madison. One of, not the coldest, but we have cloudy skies this morning. We're starting out just like we ended yesterday with clouds in the area. Here's a look at weather track. No rain falling from these clouds, which is great news. Today will be a dry day for the area, and we'll actually see some sunshine moving in for the afternoon. Have to be a little patient with those clouds this morning. They'll be slow to clear, but we should get into the low to mid 70s later on today. Here's a look at your traffic report this morning. We'll see what's happening on the roads right now. No major issues on the belt line. Doesn't look like there's anything happening to slow you down just yet. A few brake lights are starting to show up, though, right around the belt line and Stoughton Road. Here's a wider view around Dane County. No accidents on the interstate to report this morning, so travel looking pretty good.
Kind of a gloomy start out there this morning, though.
A little hard to get out of bed this morning, right?
Especially on a Monday.
The sun is coming, though.
It's coming. We have that to look forward to.
Yep, this afternoon.
All right. Thanks, Hattie.
First this half hour, family, friends, and colleagues honored the life of firefighter Todd Mahoney over the weekend. He died last week after being rescued from the swimming portion of the half Ironman. A memorial was held at an East Side Madison church last night. Mahoney was a 9-year veteran of the fire department. Officers say it was no coincidence services were held on Father's Day. Mahoney's family wanted to demonstrate his love for his 3 young sons.
Firehouses from around the state offered their service to Madison so local firefighters could attend Mahoney's funeral. The fire departments of Fond du Lac, Appleton, and Greenfield were among those that sent reinforcements to protect and serve in Madison. The chiefs of those departments expressed their unity and sense of camaraderie by providing help in a time of need. They should know that if they lose a member of their team, the Madison Fire Department will be there for them. And for the Appleton Fire Department, it wasn't just about paying it forward, but also returning a favor.
There's a call, whether it's in your own community or somebody else's. That's what we do. That's who we are.
An Appleton firefighter died last month, and Madison firefighters stepped in to help their station during that memorial. Firefighters know that if they need to honor the fallen, departments from across the state will help them, give them some time to do so.
In Racine this morning, police say an 18-year-old man who was shot and killed by an officer over the weekend was armed and ignored orders to drop his weapon. Deputy Chief Todd Schultz says a Mount Pleasant police officer tried to make contact with Tyrese West, but West tried to ride away on a bike. The officer chased after West and reportedly saw a weapon. The preliminary investigation says less lethal force wasn't working, and West continued to ignore the officer's orders, so that officer fired. West was treated for his gunshot wound, but he died at the scene.
Right now, a man is in jail this morning after showing a gun in a road rage incident over the weekend. UW-Madison police arrested Lou Lee on Saturday. The victim said Lee pointed a gun at them and pulled the trigger. The gun didn't actually fire, and Lee took off toward Seminole Highway. Additional interviews with the victim and others showed the gun wasn't pointed directly at the victim and the trigger wasn't pulled, but instead Lee pointed the gun in the direction of the victim after a road rage incident.
A man could face charges for taking a $500,000 boat for a joyride while he was under the influence this weekend. The 40-foot racing ship belongs to the Sailing Education Association on Lake Michigan over in Sheboygan. The organization reported it was missing after noticing the GPS showed it wasn't at its dock. The suspect reportedly ran the boat into the shore while he was drifting and caused some major damage to it. Officers say the suspect is a 51-year-old homeless man.
In more local news this morning, residents on Janesville's south side say noise coming from live performances at a local bar are too much to handle. Hammy's Roadside Bar has live music every other weekend between Memorial Day and Labor Day, which comes out to about 8 weekends a year. Owner Suzanne Hamilton tries to keep the noise down, but neighbors have expressed their frustrations with the bar, as well as police and members of the Janesville City Council. Now neighbors are trying to convince the city's alcohol licensing committee to not renew the bar's outdoor music permit.
6:05 on this Monday morning. Starting today, you are going to see some reroutes along your commute on the east side.
Keely Arthur is live to break down the project along Buckeye Road this morning, where a lot is about to change. Good morning, Keely.
Good morning, everybody. I am so excited to be here. Starting today, Buckeye Road is closing down, and I will have more details ahead. Okay, Hannah Anderson, Hannah Molinitsky, I have here with me to talk more about the project. Sorry, you guys were having some technical difficulties. So Buckeye Road is closing. The road is going to be repaved, and Hannah's here to talk to me more about exactly what is being accomplished today.
So a lot. This is the start of a few months of work that is a long time coming. We're going to be replacing the asphalt on the whole street. We're going to be updating the utilities when it comes to water main, sanitary, storm, everything. Adding sidewalks on the south side of the street that is not there right now, and then also some spot replacement on the north side. A big takeaway in this whole project is safety. So we want to make sure that anybody who uses this street, drives on this street, goes to school on this street, is safe when they're walking, biking, or just driving.
Okay, and you know, a lot of people do use this road. What kind of detours should people be taking from now until November?
So the best way to get around it, because we all have to get around all sorts of construction throughout the season, is Monona Drive to Cottage Grove Road and then to Stoughton, and then the opposite way all the way around. And then there's also some bus detours, and we have a full list of those on our city website, and we'll make sure you guys have those too.
Thank you so much. And I know that this project is a long time coming. It was kind of a lot of back and forth between the city and county. Speak on the history of this road.
So yes, it's needed an upgrade for quite some time. I'm calling it a facelift because when you look at the street, it kind of looks like a rural road right now. There's no bike markings, no safety markings, pedestrian marks. On some side, there's no sidewalk even. So this is something that's needed an upgrade for quite some time, especially since there is no storm sewer in it right now. So when we're digging it up, we're going to make sure that we add that and then also upgrade the sanitary and then the water main as well.
And the road is closed down from Monona to Stoughton, is that correct?
Yes, correct. Yes, so make sure you follow that detour.
All right, well, we'll get more details from you, Hannah. Thank you so much in our next half hour, and I'll send it back to you.
All right, Keely Arthur live for us this morning. Keely, thank you.
All right, 6:07 your time now. The UW is preparing for its annual summer camp. That's for more than just city kids who can easily access it. The Mortgage Rural Summer Science Camp is all about getting high school students and teachers from more rural parts of Wisconsin to take a deep dive into science research. For 13 years now, the camps have helped more than 550 students from 80 rural high schools check out careers in science. Now, thanks to a grant from the National Science Foundation, that camp is expanding to a third week. The camp kicks off in July.
There is a new Miss Wisconsin this morning. Miss Rock River Valley, Alyssa Bohm, was given the crown on Saturday at this year's competition in Oshkosh. As the winner, she'll get a $10,000 scholarship in addition to that title. 4 runners-up were also given scholarships ranging from $700 to $2,000. 5 semifinalists were also given $500 scholarships.
Congrats to her. All right, 6:08 your time now. O.J. Simpson is back in the spotlight. We'll tell you why he's trending online this morning, just a few days after the 25-year anniversary of his ex-wife's murder.
And we're 5 days away from the first day of summer, but the forecast might not agree with that. Hattie will tell us what kind of weather we can expect in this last week of spring when News 3 Now This Morning continues.
Good morning from the patio. We have cloudy skies again this morning. Temperatures in the 50s. It's not actually that much cooler than it was during the day yesterday. For Father's Day, we had quite cool conditions for mid-June. 61 officially in Madison, just 60 in the Dells. Probably a cold day at the water parks if you were headed up there. 64 in Janesville, only in the 50s along the lakeshore. Notice, though, how temperatures were warmer to the north and west with some sunshine in the area. Minneapolis, no problem reaching the mid-70s. We even had 70s for highs across northern Wisconsin. Now, today we should break into that sunshine a little bit later on, so our temperatures should climb back into the 70s as well. Take a look at Weather Track, and it'll show you that there are still some clouds lingering for the southern third of the state. Any rain in the Northwoods has really fallen apart over the last hour or so. No rain in our forecast today. It is going to stay dry, but we definitely have a gray start to the day. A live look from the WISC-TV Skycam. Missed another sunrise this morning with clouds in place. 57 though here in Madison. We're actually up 1 degree from last hour. Back down to 49 in the Dells though, maybe with those clouds starting to thin out just a little bit to the north. Temperatures in the south are in the mid and upper 50s as well. Now, dew points today are going to start to climb a little bit, but not too much. We're still looking at dew point temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, so pretty comfortable through the afternoon. A look at your future track forecast maps, though, will show you the clouds are going to stick around through the morning hours. They'll be slow to clear through the morning, so a little bit of patience required today. Before the afternoon, some more significant clearing with those temperatures jumping into the low to mid 70s. It should be a beautiful evening across southern Wisconsin with temperatures dropping back into the 60s by 10 p.m. Now, our forecast for tomorrow does call for a chance for some showers and thunderstorms, mainly later in the day into the evening hours as a weak front moves through the region. It is expected to be a little bit warmer and a bit more humid tomorrow. Highs will be around 77 degrees. We're back into the low 70s on Wednesday and Thursday, but some of those long-range forecast models as we head into next week and close out the month of June take us back into the 80s and even possibly mid-80s heading through the middle of next week. Let's get a look at your First Alert traffic maps now. We'll send it over to Josh Tim for all the details. Good morning, Josh.
Yeah, it is a quiet start on the Beltline so far this morning. Really nothing to slow you down yet in either direction at this point. Other roads here in Dane County not looking too bad, but with construction starting on Buckeye Road from Monona Drive to Stoughton Road for a few months, and West Mifflin will close today at North Bassett Street. You will want to plan for some extra delays if they're in your route. No problems at all downtown around campus. Volume is not an issue at this point. And other main routes heading into the city, they're moving at the posted speeds with no major crashes or delays. Your First Alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Thank you very much, Josh, and thank you, Hattie. 6:15 your time now. O.J. Simpson is trending on social media this morning as he joins social media for the first time.
Simpson already has over 600,000 followers on Twitter, and in a new video says he's got some getting even to do.
All right, that
Looks
video
like we're
was
having a little technical difficulties
the wrong
there.
video there. But why don't we talk a little bit about Target? Cash registers at those stores are back online this morning after the system went out this weekend.
Yeah, the outage left shoppers venting frustrations online, but also commending workers for efforts to diffuse tensions amid long lines.
Target said guests were unable to make purchases at its stores. Meanwhile, shoppers took to social media to complain registers weren't working at dozens of those stores across the U.S. and posted videos and images of long lines.
Target said the failure was not from a data breach or security-related issue, but from an internal technology issue, and no customer data was compromised.
We were talking earlier about how at Target and several other stores, there are always long lines because they don't use all of the cash registers.
It's like wherever you go, whether it's Walmart, Target, you feel like they have like 20 of these lines, but yet they have like 2 people working, if that, and the lines are so long, and it's always so frustrating. And I know they're kind of pushing a lot of people to the self-checkouts, but how many times when you're there and you're putting something through, you have to get somebody to come over and okay it, whether it's like alcohol or like a specific code that they need to like put their little code in, and it's like, oh, I just want to get out of here.
And then those lines get long, but
yes,
we said earlier, this is good practice and patience.
I know, and I went there yesterday. I was at Target, and I was thinking, oh, I probably shouldn't have done this after what happened yesterday, but I didn't have any issues, so I made it through. I got all of my Target belongings and stuff. So.
Everything was fine. If that's the worst thing that happens to you all day, pretty decent day.
Everything was good. All right, 6:16 right now. When you're at the gym, you know what they say, no pain, no gain, but we also don't want that to affect your wallet either. Coming up, we are talking a first look into finding the right gym for your body and your wallet.
And sunny skies going to be around this week, but it doesn't exactly feel like summer yet. Hattie's talking about a mild week ahead that's coming up in her extended forecast. Welcome back, 6:20 on this Monday morning. We're taking a live look at the polar bears not swimming today.
They're awake.
Yeah, they are up. I think he was in the pool, though, because the water was moving. I was searching around. I almost thought we had to call the zoo, maybe alert them.
This is important stuff,
find
folks.
the polar bear.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
But I knew that because the water was moving that he had been in the pool.
And now it's breakfast time.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. Just gotta check everything out in the morning. Make sure it's A-okay. Well, if you guys are headed to the zoo or anyone's headed to the zoo this morning, it's a cloudy start to the day. Take a live look from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Definitely cloudy there. Have to be a little patient today, waiting for that sunshine. Temperatures are in the 50s, though. 57 here in Madison and Janesville, 57 in Mineral Point and Lone Rock. It does get a little cooler in the Dells with 50 degrees right now. Winds are pretty light, though, so no worries with the wind today. They'll stay pretty light through the day. Our day planner temperatures take us into the 60s with some clouds breaking up by lunchtime, turning partly sunny then for the afternoon with a high of 73 degrees. Have a wonderful Monday.
Much, Hattie. From gyms to boot camps, yoga to cycling, there are plenty of options when it comes to fitness in Madison, known for being one of the healthiest cities across the country. But with growing opportunities, many struggle to find the best option, especially on a budget. I caught up with clinical exercise physiologist Jude Sullivan at UW Health. He tells me fitness is and will always be different for each person. But how do you know what's right for you, and how much should you be shelling out for a good workout?
There's definitely an argument for saying invest a little now to get a lot later. I think people need to trust their instincts.
Tonight at 10, I'll compare your choices when it comes to Madison Fitness and what you should be looking out for in your options, especially when it comes down to the price. I'll be crunching the numbers for you on News 3 Now at 10.
Now check out these buff babes about to work out. Oh no, we don't have the video.
Yeah, they'll pull it up here. We've got some video of us working out at Burn Body Boot Camp. This was a few weeks ago.
There we go.
Look at us. Look at that form. Hattie there in the background.
Excellent.
I'm a little, is it the Bosu ball? Is that what you call that?
Bosu ball, yeah.
Well, yeah.
So,
With those bicep curls.
a big thing we kind of want to do this story, and like Leah, you know this, you're a big workout fanatic.
I am.
And there are so many options here in Madison.
I have been to at least a dozen gyms here in Madison, and there are a myriad of pricing options.
Oh boy.
We're very
Oh, boy.
serious about our
This is
workouts,
hilarious.
folks.
I will say that there was a difference. You guys were having fun, dancing, like goofing around. I was like, hey, if someone's gonna give me a workout, I am seriously working out. Like that's the difference between people that have kids and that don't have kids. If you get to carve out that time for working out, you're serious and you're gonna use it.
You were talking about that. You liked this workout specifically because it was 45 minutes, perfect little time for you to get away.
Yes, exactly. 45-minute time frame is great. Sometimes an hour seems a little long, but it was a great workout. We really started to sweat. Even with all that dancing that you guys were doing. You guys were working out too. We were sore the next day.
Hey, that was tough.
I always say you got to make fitness fun because I think that helps do it, and I think that's what was good about the class. But then a lot of people are not like that. Some people like to be by themselves, so it's kind of interesting when doing this story to figure out what people prefer, what people like. And especially when it comes down to the budget, too, is very, very, very important. So
There are a lot of options
There
in this
are.
area. There's no shortage of ways to work out.
yeah, so yeah, coming up tonight at 10, we'll kind of break down all the options and look at the price and see what's best for you.
You worked
So,
hard on this story, and it is important. It's
Yeah.
stuff that people really could use.
especially here in Madison. I mean, we're one of the fittest cities in the entire country. So
Exactly.
it's an important topic. All right, Hattie,
Small
thank
price
you.
to pay for being fit later
Yeah,
on, right?
That's
we were
true.
sore for about a week after that, by
That's
the way,
very
too.
true.
So.
Yeah.
Well, after a workout like that, I think we all earned a cheat day, or maybe more like a cheese day.
All the puns this morning. So why not celebrate with Wisconsin's very best? They're right here in Madison. We'll tell you who's at the top of USA Today's best curd list. That's when News 3 Now this morning returns. You'll want to check your cupboards this morning before making that family dinner tonight. We'll tell you which popular pasta sauces are being recalled.
Hi there. Buckeye Road is going to get some major TLC. You can see that construction crews are already getting started. This road is going to shut down from now until November.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks, and thanks for joining us on this Monday, June 17th. You saw Keely Arthur right there with a scarf and a full coat on, because it certainly doesn't feel like we're halfway through June right now.
I just don't know when it's going to get better. And Hattie still has a jacket on this morning, too. What is going on?
I know, it's mid-June. We've been real slow to warm up so far this summer, our spring season. Summer officially starts on Friday, but you wouldn't know it by looking at the weather forecast. Here's a look at the WISC-TV sky cam. Looking to the east from the station, we have clouds in the forecast this morning. They're definitely in the area today. We will see those clouds clear, though, as we go through the day, so that is the good news. Here's a live look at the Henry Vila Zoo sky cam. Again, cloudy at the zoo. The polar bear's kind of hard to find this morning. Temperatures are in the 50s, 50 in the Dells, but 57 here in Madison and Janesville, 58 in Platteville, and 59 in Boscobel. Our temperatures will climb into the 70s today, though. Yesterday, we were stuck in the 60s. Today is going to be much warmer. And good news, skies will clear out as we head towards the afternoon as well. So some sunshine in the forecast later today. A cloudy start, though, this morning, but a dry start to the day. We're not looking at any major issues causing you to slow down just yet. Again, keep in mind those construction projects that begin today on Buckeye Road. Looks like there are some slowdowns on Stoughton Road as you approach the belt line, but nothing too major just yet. No accidents to report in and around Dane County either, so travel looking good at this hour.
We are going to see some sunshine today. That is the good news here.
Yeah, that's the good news. So if you lost the sunglasses over the last couple of days, you're going to locate them again for this afternoon.
All right, we've been warned. Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
All right, here's a look at the top 3 things you should know today. Gary Woodland is the latest U.S. Open winner. He sank a 30-foot putt on the final hole to win the tourney yesterday. It was his first ever win in a major tournament. Woodland was 3 strokes better than Brooks Koepka, who was bidding for his 3rd straight U.S. championship.
Just into the Channel 3000 Alert Center this morning, Iran says it is planning to enrich more uranium soon, a violation of the 2015 nuclear deal that the U.S. withdrew from last year. This comes after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Sunday the U.S. is, quote, considering a full range of options over rising tensions with that country, including military action. Though Pompeo did emphasize President Trump has said he does not want to go into war. Pompeo's comments come after 2 tankers were attacked on Thursday. Iran has denied that it is behind those attacks.
Phoenix's mayor and police chief are apologizing this morning after video of a tense confrontation between police and an African-American family in Arizona. Police surrounded that family's car with guns drawn, all sparked by a 4-year-old allegedly walking out of a store with a doll that hadn't been paid for.
More breaking news locally this morning. Janesville police are investigating a shots fired incident overnight. Officers were called to the area of Cherry Street and Rockport Road just after 11 last night, where investigators found a gun inside of a home. 1 man was arrested. There are no reports of injuries in that shooting, but police are continuing to investigate. 6:31 your time now. Almost every Wisconsinite can agree that our state has the best cheese curds in the country, but we might disagree on where to get them. Well, USA Today is clearing up that argument with a vote for the best curds in Wisconsin. A lot of Madison area places were nominated, but only 1 rose to the top, and that is the Old Fashioned. You might not be surprised, since the restaurant also won Best Curds in Best of Madison this year. The Old Fashioned serves its cheese curds with a house-made Wisconsin beer batter and a choice of dips that includes smoked paprika, roasted garlic, buttermilk ranch, or tiger blue. Curd Girl, a food cart specializing in cheese curds, took 2nd place. Oh, hungry now.
That looks really good. All right, so if you need something a little fresher and less fried in your diet today, I know I'm in that boat today. Grab that salad fork because it is National Eat Your Veggies Day. If you want to celebrate, you can go out and eat at a vegetarian restaurant, or you can also try different veggies you've never had before, guilt-free. There's a hashtag for the social media if you want to use that. It is hashtag Eat Your Vegetables Day.
So if you're out buying some veggies and are picking up other groceries as well, you want to keep an eye out for some products that are being recalled. The owners of Ragu are recalling some of its jars of pasta sauces, saying they might have fragments of plastic in them. There are no reports of injuries or complaints, and the recall is being launched out of an abundance of caution. It includes the chunky tomato, garlic and onion, Old World style traditional, and Old World style meat sauces.
All right, and before you eat breakfast this morning, more than 246,000 pounds of El Monterey frozen breakfast wraps are being pulled off the shelves across the country because they might have small rocks in them. The recall includes the 8-pack family size of the egg, potato, bacon, and cheese wrap made in January. The USDA says that the company received 3 consumer complaints about those wraps.
All right, 6:32 your time now. Firefighters in Madison will return to work today after pausing to remember one of their own. That's coming up in the morning sprint.
But first, we have an update on how much money was raised as part of a yoga fundraiser over the weekend. Thanks for starting your week with us on News 3 Now this morning. All right, welcome back at 6:36 and time for hashtag MyNews3Morning, and Linda is bringing a good one this morning.
Oh, Linda must have known we were going to have a cloudy start to our Monday because, boy, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous shot to share.
Yeah, she says this is the AM sky at Lake Koshkonong.
That's right, my Minnesota native getting that pronunciation right.
That's one of the harder ones. I finally got it. But yeah, look at the coloring. You can see the reflection off the lake. Oh, spectacular.
We're pretty impressed, Linda. Thanks so much for sharing.
If you've got a photo you'd like to share, you can do so by going to our social media, Channel 3000. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning so Lee and I can pick out our favorites and air them right here on the show.
All right, almost 6:37 on your Monday morning. Road construction season is upon us, and we have an update on some of the major projects you need to know about.
Our Keely Arthur joins us live from Madison's east side with how they'll impact your commute and what you can do to save some time. Good morning, Keely.
Good morning. Well, this is a long time coming. Buckeye Road is closing down for construction. You can see behind me that crews are already starting to get ready. This road is going to be repaved, but there are so many other things that this project involves. And here with me to talk about that is Hannah Molinitsky from the city's engineering division. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, Keely.
And what are we going to see out of this project?
So the major improvements are really going to focus on safety. So not only are we going to have new utilities, replace old utilities when that means adding a storm sewer system, replacing the sanitary sewer, and then updating the water main. We're also going to see more markings for safety, so pedestrian markings, flashing lights for crossings, especially by Frank Alice Elementary, and then also some bike lanes and also parking. Right now there are no curbs on one side of the street, on the south side, so we're going to add them there. The sidewalk on the south side, curbs on both sides, make sure that people know where people can walk, bike, drive, park, you name it.
And it's very exciting, I think, for some homeowners. I know I spoke to a gentleman once who was actually using sandbags for flooding to fill some of the potholes that were in front of his home. So what are you hearing from the community?
Yeah, so especially for the homeowners on Buckeye, we're working with them to make sure that they can get in and out of their driveways safely. We also know that they want upgrades too, because they want to live on a road that's safe for everybody to live and drive and bike and everyone using it. But we also know that this street was built in like the 70s. So it's been a long time coming. We're committed to that, and that's why we want to make sure that we get it done in a quick amount of time. That way we can shut down the street, or the road rather, as a whole instead of just sections. So that way we can get it done on time and by November.
And you were saying that you're one of the drivers that has to take a detour because you usually drive on this. So what should motorists know?
Yes, I have to take this detour too. So Monona Drive to Stoughton, Monona Drive to Cottage Grove Road to Stoughton, and then the reverse way. And then there's also some bus detours also. We have a full list of those on our city website, and we'll make sure you have those too.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Hannah. Very exciting. And this project is going on from now until November. Also of note, when Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway was elected, about like an hour after she was sworn in, she actually made this her first announcement, her first project. The city and county had been going back for a long time to try to figure this out. They hashed out a deal. So it is finally here starting today, and I will send it back to you.
Keely Arthur with that first alert traffic note and her first day on the morning show. We're so excited to have you, Keely.
I'm so excited to be here, you two. Love you too. Love working with you guys. Finally excited to wake up and actually get to see you, Josh and Leah. I never get to see you guys because I'm normally night side.
We're definitely looking forward to seeing all of your smiles out there reporting for us, Keely.
And we have the coffee waiting for you. Thanks, Keely.
Very happy to cover construction.
There you go. Well, News 3 Now was happy to join around 200 Madisonians in Lake Farm Park on Saturday for a morning of yoga. Free to Breathe Yoga was a benefit for Lung Cancer Research Foundation. Teams honored those who have been diagnosed with lung cancer while celebrating health and the power of breathing. More than $75,000 was raised this year for research.
You and Hattie were emceeing that event. How'd it go?
It was a lot of fun, and we got super lucky. The weather was fantastic. I woke up on Saturday morning, I text Hattie right away. I'm like, oh my gosh, like the sun is shining. But it was so much fun. We met so many fantastic people. A lot of people came up and were talking about the show and just how much of an impact even you make in the community too. So
thank you, Josh.
It was fun to be a part of it, and we were happy to be there and help a really good cause for the Madison area because a lot of people are affected by this disease.
Boy, between that and the Burn Boot Camp story, you're quite the workout guru these days.
All over the place.
We're impressed.
You got to do it.
All right, 6:41 your time now. So summer is supposed to start later this week, but it definitely doesn't feel like it out there. We're usually around 80 this time of year, but we're not coming anywhere close to that today. Hattie's in next to tell us when we will see warmer weather.
But first, it is June 17th, and we want to say happy birthday to Christoph and all the other kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us on News 3 Now this morning. Welcome back at 6:44. Kind of a gloomy start to the week.
Womp womp.
I know, it's kind of...
The sun is coming out, though.
It is coming out. So at least we're starting off like this. We have that to look forward to this afternoon. And we're going to be about, what, 10 degrees warmer today than we were at this time yesterday, Hattie, or I guess overall today, which is some good news.
Yeah, yesterday it was quite a chilly day for southern Wisconsin. Father's Day, temperatures barely climbed into the 60s in many locations, so today's going to be much better. But you're right, it is a little gloomy this morning. We start with clouds in the area. This is the view in Platteville. Our next 10 days, though, temperatures are actually going to be a little bit up and down this week. 73 today, then back into the upper 70s tomorrow. Down a little bit Wednesday and Thursday, but then it looks like a slow but steady climb upwards as we head through the weekend into next week. And if you're wondering, we're getting close to highs normally right around 80 degrees. We'll actually be a little bit above that next week. With those warmer temperatures, though, you can bet that humidity will increase as well. If today is your escape day, if you're flying out, we're not looking at any major delays at the airports across the country. A little bit of fog in some spots, but it doesn't look like it's slowing anything down at the major cities. And when you look at the travel map, what you're going to see is a lot of warmth across the southern part of the country. We're looking at 90s in Atlanta, near 90 in New Orleans, Dallas in the mid 80s, and triple-digit heat in Phoenix in the southwest. So very warm conditions. A lot of shower and thunderstorm activity on the map through the mid-section of the country and then along to the east coast. Things looking dry on the west coast. Here in the Great Lakes area, we have a pretty good forecast for today, although it's going to stay a little bit on the cool side. We'll at least see some sunshine moving in for the second part of the day, and temperatures will be closer to normal. Better than they were yesterday. Doppler track this morning showing you some rain really all around us, but several hundred miles away this morning. We have a dry forecast in the area. If you're wondering about severe weather, if you're traveling today, there will be a slight risk for severe weather through parts of the Central Plains and then into the Mid-Atlantic. But for us here in southern Wisconsin, things are going to stay pretty quiet today. There is a stationary front to our south, and that'll be the focus for the rain over the next day or so. A weak front moving through northern Wisconsin late today into tomorrow does bring a chance for some showers. The front is pretty weak, but there may be a few showers making it into southern Wisconsin late on Tuesday. Maybe a better chance for rain Tuesday night into Wednesday as that front gets a little closer and an area of low pressure moves right across the region. So chances for rain do increase as we head towards the middle of the week. No rain, though, despite the cloud cover in the area this morning. That's the good news. 57 in Lone Rock is the current temperature, 58 in Platteville, up 1 in the Dells to 51 degrees, or 57 here in Madison. Winds are pretty light this morning. They are from the northeast, but they'll stay light through the day. Take a look at your future track forecast model. It has a pretty good handle on the forecast today, I think. Mostly cloudy skies this morning. Those clouds are going to be pretty slow to clear, so even by lunchtime, still plenty of cloud cover in the area. Temperatures do warm into the 60s, though, so it'll be warmer at lunchtime than it was all day yesterday. With some sunshine making it for the afternoon, we'll be back in the 70s. No rain this evening, so if you have outdoor activities, temperatures will be just dropping into the 60s by 11 p.m. Here's a look at your extended forecast then. We have highs in the upper 70s tomorrow. There's that chance for a shower or thunderstorm late in the day. And then into Wednesday. Thursday looks dry. For the upcoming weekend, we're getting closer to 80 degrees. Here's a look at Chloe in Madison. What a pretty cat.
Chloe's like, give me those 80s.
Yeah, she
Look at
wants a
those eyes.
sunny spot. I should be able to find a sunny spot in the house this afternoon.
Hattie.
Bring me the sun.
Bring me the sun. I'm trying. We all want sun.
Yes, we do. All right, we know you're trying, Hattie, so we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hang in there, Chloe. The morning sprint is up next on News 3 Now this morning.
6:51 on this Monday morning. Time for your morning sprint as our team gives you the most local news to start your week with everything you need to know.
We start right here in Madison, where family, friends, and colleagues honored the life of firefighter Todd Mahoney over the weekend. He died last week after being rescued from the swimming portion of the half Ironman. A memorial was held for him last night. Mahoney was a 9-year veteran of the Madison Fire Department.
Racine police say an 18-year-old man who was shot and killed by an officer over the weekend was armed and ignored orders to drop his weapon. The officer chased after West and reportedly saw a weapon. The preliminary investigation says less lethal force wasn't working and West continued to ignore the officer's orders, so the officer fired.
The mayor and police chief of Phoenix, Arizona are apologizing this morning after video of a tense confrontation between officers and an African-American family. Police surrounded the family's car with guns drawn, all sparked by a 4-year-old who allegedly walked out of a store with a doll that hadn't been paid for.
O.J. Simpson is trending online this morning after joining Twitter over the weekend. In just a few days, Simpson has already more than 600,000 followers made. He made his Twitter debut just days after the 25th anniversary of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. Simpson was tried and acquitted in that case.
Iran says it is planning to enrich more uranium soon, a violation of the 2015 nuclear deal that the U.S. withdrew from last year. This comes after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Sunday that the U.S. is, quote, considering a full range of options over rising tensions with that country, including military action, though he did emphasize President Trump does not want to go to war. Pompeo's comments come after 2 tankers were attacked on Thursday. Iran has denied it's behind those attacks.
Cloudy start to this Monday morning, but the back edge of the clouds already working its way through central Wisconsin. It will sink southward through the morning, so some sunshine is in the forecast this afternoon. Temperatures starting in the 50s this morning, climbing to highs in the low to mid 70s with just a light northeast wind this afternoon.
Thank you, Hattie. A man is in jail this morning after showing a gun in a road rage incident near the Arboretum this weekend. UW-Madison police arrested Lou Lee on Saturday. Officers say Lee pointed a gun towards someone, then took off towards Seminole Highway. Lee is in the Dane County Jail on charges of disorderly conduct with the use of a deadly weapon.
A heads up before you reach for a breakfast burrito this morning. More than 246,000 pounds of El Monterey frozen breakfast wraps are being pulled off the shelves across the country because they might have small rocks in them. The recall includes the 8-pack family size of the egg, potato, bacon, and cheese wrap made in January. The USDA says that the company received 3 consumer complaints about those wraps.
The owners of Ragu also have a recall out this morning for pasta jars that might have fragments of plastic in them. There are no reports of injuries or complaints, and the recall is being launched out of an abundance of caution. It includes chunky tomato, garlic and onion, Old World style traditional, and Old World style meat sauces.
Starting today, potholes like this one you see here will be no more as Buckeye Road closes down for a major revamp. We're talking new sidewalks, repavement, gutters, all kinds of things. Now, for a long time, this project was at a standstill because the city and county couldn't come to an agreement. That is until this spring under Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway's new leadership. The agreement is the county will fund $1.5 million of the project, the city $1.7 million. The road will remain under the county's jurisdiction, although the city will take over snow plowing in a few years. We'll have all the alternative routes motorists who usually drive on this road need to take up on channel3000.com.
Keely, thank you. We have a new Miss Wisconsin this morning. Miss Rock River Valley, Alyssa Bohm, was given the crown on Saturday at this year's competition in Oshkosh. As the winner, she'll get a $10,000 scholarship in addition to that title. 4 runners-up were also given scholarships ranging from $700 to $2,000, and 5 semifinalists were given $500 scholarships.
Everyone has their favorite cheese curd spot, but a Madison restaurant is taking home the title of Best Curds in the Country. USA Today held the vote, and the Old Fashioned came out as the winner. You might not be surprised, since the restaurant also won Best Cheese Curds in Best of Madison this year. Curd Girl, a food cart specializing in cheese curds, took home second place.
All right, now that we're hungry, let's get a final check of our traffic from Josh Tim. Hi, Josh.
Hey guys, a crash in Iowa County near Montfort has all lanes of Highway 19 closed Highway 18 closed in both directions between County Highway I and County XX. You will need to take a different route this morning. Quiet start on the Beltline though so far. Really nothing to slow you down yet in either direction. Inbound John Nolan starting to pick up near Rimrock and Olin Avenue moving into the downtown Madison area. And other main routes heading into the city, they're still cruising along at the usual speeds with no major issues. Your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
All right, Josh, thank you.
And you don't necessarily need the sunglasses this morning, but keep them handy. You'll probably want them for the drive home from work today. Our temperatures are starting in the 50s this morning, but it's definitely going to be warmer than it was yesterday. We'll be back in the 70s later on this afternoon. Again, a slow clearing trend through the morning, but then more sunshine later on today. Here's a look at the rest of the week. If you're trying to plan your week out, temperatures will stay in the 70s, so not as chilly as it was this last weekend. We'll be back up to around 80. Kind of an active weather pattern setting up, though, with several chances for rain coming up this week and next weekend.
I feel like we haven't had a good pool or a lake day in a while. Come on, Hattie.
Oh, the heat and humidity will build. You know it's coming.
It's coming. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Hattie. Hang in there, folks. The sunshine is coming today. The warmth coming a little bit later this week. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.